This is for you if you feel like you're holding everything together by a thread and it can all fall apart any second. This is for you if you show up with a smiling face every day and yet internally there is a heavy weight and burden to look good and make it all work out. Have you ever felt that you're not enough as a leader? Like no matter what you do, there is this nagging voice inside telling you that you do not have what it takes. Let me tell you something, you're not alone in that. Every leader, no matter how successful, faces self-doubt at some point or the another. And self-doubt can show up in various different ways. Questions pointed towards yourself, like can I do this? I've never done this before. Questions pointed towards other people, like my team is not capable or the market situation is not right. But in the end, it's all doubt, right? If you are fully confident of achieving something, you don't think the market is bad. You don't think you have a bad team. You don't think you lack a skill or a resource. You just go out and do what you have to do. So let me tell you something, right? You are not alone in this. Every leader, even the best ones face this. Every leader faces this. But here is the kicker. The best leaders don't let it stop them. In fact, they use it to push forward and lead with even more confidence. What if I told you that your insecurities are not a problem? They are opportunities. They are a chance to grow into the kind of leader that takes action even when they are unsure. I had a client recently, a very strong leader running a growing business, who was completely stuck. They were managing everything, family, business, employees, and from the outside, it looked like they had it all together. But behind the scenes, they were dealing with massive self-doubts. They were feeling like they were not giving their team or family what they needed, and this constant worry that they were not good enough. And they told me that they were scared, and they told me that they feel like they're holding everything together by a thread, and very soon, if I don't do anything, it will all fall apart. That's what they told me. And here is the truth. The biggest block for most leaders is not their work itself. It's their own self-doubt. It's the fear that they are not enough, and it paralyzes them from stepping into being the leader that they are meant to be. During one of our sessions, this leader broke down. They told me how overwhelmed they were running a business, raising kids, and trying to keep everybody happy. But the real issue wasn't that they had too much on their plate. It was that deep inside, they didn't even think that they were enough, that they were capable to handle it all. They said to me that I feel I have been unfair to myself, pushing through for everybody else, but not respecting my own limits. And now they were paying the price for it. And they were not wrong. This is where most leaders get stuck. They feel like they're carrying the weight of the world and they have to be everything for everyone. But here is the thing. Leadership is not about being superhuman. It is about being honest with yourself and giving yourself the grace and the compassion to step back and recalibrate every once in a while. I told this person, give yourself some grace, and not just for what you're doing now, but for who you have been in the past and all the impact that is yours to make in the future. I also told this person that they have been doing the best they can with what they had at any given moment of time. It is so easy to judge ourselves, to blame ourselves, to think that we're not doing good, to think that we made a mistake, to think that we missed something. But the best leaders see that they were actually doing the best that they can at any given point of time. The best leaders see that they are not deliberately trying to make mistakes or omit something or lose their temper at somebody. They were giving their best even when their behavior left a lot to be desired. So you might be asking, how do you overcome this? Like, how do I overcome this? How do you go from feeling like you're not enough to leading with real confidence? And it starts by realizing that your self-doubt is part of the process. It's not a sign that you're failing. Self-doubt is not wrong or bad or negative thinking. It's a signal that you're growing. Great leaders don't eliminate self-doubt. They learn how to take action in spite of it. There is no freedom from self-doubt, but you can have freedom with it. Let me say that again. There is no freedom from self-doubt. The more bigger games you play, the more self-doubt will come up. In fact, that is a good sign. That means that you're going beyond your comfort zone. But there is no freedom from self-doubt. At the same time, you can have freedom to do whatever you want to do, to go for whatever dream that you want to do. You can have that freedom with self-doubt. And again, confidence doesn't mean that you never feel insecure. It means that you act even when you're unsure. You focus on the bigger picture and you trust yourself to figure it out along the way. And that shift, that is what changes everything. So here is what I want you to do to lead with confidence. Step 1, acknowledge your self-doubt. It's not going to go away. Especially if you are going to go after bigger and bigger dreams, so self-doubt is not going to go away. If you want to get comfortable, just do what you have been doing. Get comfortable at your current level of success. Yes, you might not face self-doubt, but if you want to grow, if you want to dream, like most leaders I work with, self-doubt is a good sign. It's not going away anywhere, and that is okay. Write it down, right? Put it on paper. What are the insecurities or fears that keep popping up in your mind? Just getting them out of your head and onto paper can take away some of their power. Step 2, reframe the narrative. Ask yourself, right, when has this fear stopped me before? And what did I do to overcome it? And you have handled tough situations before, so this is no different. So start seeing your self-doubt as a growth signal and not a weakness, and also see that you have dealt with similar fears in the past. Step 3, which is the most important one, take small, confident actions. Confidence doesn't come if you wait for the fear to go away. Confidence doesn't come if you wait for the self-doubt to go away. Confidence builds only when you show up every day and take small, bold steps in the direction of what you are afraid of, even when you are unsure. So ask yourself, what is one small step that you can take today that will move you forward towards your dreams? So commit to that and then do it over and over again, one small step every day. Confidence builds through action, not overthinking. And every step you take is a step closer to becoming the leader that you know that you're meant to be. And again, self-doubt is always going to show up, but it is not about eliminating it. It is about mastering it. Leaders who can acknowledge their insecurities and not make themselves wrong or weak for that, but only human, and then act in spite of them, are the ones who actually win. They are the ones who build incredible businesses, create impact, and show up for their teams. When you see your fears, your insecurities as just something human and not something as weakness, you will be able to talk about it freely, openly with anybody and be able to take action. It's only when we hide it from ourselves, from others, and we try to cover it up, we try to be strong, we'll try to man up. That's what creates all the pressure, all the stress. And we end up not having the right conversations, and we end up having like something else on the outside and a totally different conversation is going on in the inside. So here is your challenge. Stop waiting to feel 100% confident before you act. Start now. Take that small step. Notice that whatever fear or insecurity that you have, that doesn't make you lesser, that doesn't make you weak. It only makes you human. And the more you can see that, the more leadership. That is leadership. Vulnerability. Saying I am scared, I am afraid, I am not sure. That is leadership, honestly. And yet not being stopped by that same fear. So take the small step that you have been avoiding, even if it feels uncomfortable, because that is how real leaders are made. Every time you're taking those small steps, you're becoming a leader. You're becoming a powerful leader for the future. It's not about being perfect. It is about taking action, even when you're unsure. So trust yourself. You have got this.